Okay, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're probably seeing if you clicked on this video and you've never been here before. Let me explain something. This channel has been dusted, dead, a little bit of everything, and it's because real life has been kicking my ass. But I want to explain something very, very quickly. I want to make content, and I'm keeping it on this channel, and I know there's been a mishmash of stuff. There's been FIFA video games, there's been WWE, etc., but I think we're going to slowly transition back into a wrestling channel. So if you are new here or you're a returning subscriber to the many few of you, my name is Andrew RFC, or Andrew, obviously, and we are going to be talking about some wrestling stuff on this channel. And the reason I want to do this is because I think wrestling right now is at the hottest it has probably been, I don't know, since the Attitude Era. Now, I know the numbers might not reflect it, it might not feel the same, but wrestling is everywhere right now. And it's something that I'm very passionate about, something I want to talk about, something I want to cover as well. And the reason I wanted to start and kind of come back to the channel with this video, it's very simple. I spend probably too much time on social media. I'm not afraid to admit that. And the reason I really had this idea and how I wanted to jump into it with WrestleMania season, the Royal Rumble just finishing, that amazing presser that happened yesterday with WWE, was I keep noticing a trend every time I notice something with WWE. And that's, who are the biggest WWE fans? Is it guys who live in their mom's basement? This is not my mom's basement, but no, it might be them, but it's not in my opinion. Is it anyone who is single in a certain age group? It might be, but that's not the demographic that I'm talking about. There has been one sort of demographic that I have learned talks, tweets, and everything else about the WWE more than everyone. I want you to lean in for this one. It's AEW fans. Yeah, get that one. That's right, AEW fans love the WWE more than WWE fans. Now, I don't want to start a kind of civil war here and say, you know, if you like one, you got to like the other. No. There are aspects of AEW I enjoy. There's a lot more I don't like. I mean, I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm not the biggest AEW fan, but there are things I do like on the show. But when it comes to the WWE and anything they do, I notice that their biggest lovers are probably those who say they love AEW more than WWE. And I got a little bit of proof with this. I'm going to pull up a couple tweets on the screen somewhere, everywhere, or the whole screen, and you're going to see exactly what I mean. And I'm a victim of this because when I go on Twitter, I end up retweeting and replying to these tweets, and I probably give these people what they want. But it's because every time I see it, it drives me insane. And here's one of them, for example, that I want to pull up here. I'm going to block out their name for obvious reasons. They retweeted the Triple H tweet regarding Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns getting the main event of Mania. And they said they got everyone distracted from the lawsuit and are now acting like they listened to the fans and gave them what they want. LMAO. What do you want us to do? We're fans. I can't do anything about the lawsuit. The millions and millions of people watching can't do jack diddly about the damn lawsuit, all right? We can't do anything, and what do you want WWE to do? Do you want Triple H to come out on SmackDown, on Raw, on NXT, or that press conference and go, ladies and gentlemen, there is a lawsuit against WWE and Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis? They can't do that. Like, yes, they can address that there is a lawsuit, but that's all they could do. And I mean, they've already done that. The wrestlers have been asked about it. Like, Seth Rollins got asked about it the other night quite a few times. And guess what he did? He basically said, yeah, it's disgusting, it's terrible. If it all is true, repercussions have to happen. And that is exactly what's going to happen. People are still mad about Triple H's press conference after the Rumble. Could he have handled it better and maybe not said, hey, I didn't read it? Sure, maybe he could have. But he wasn't going to give answers and go into details because they legally can't. I used to work in media at a radio station. It was a smaller station, but it was actually owned by someone with a lot of power in the community. And anytime a rumor started about this person, like our boss, we used to get an email, we used to have a meeting, anything. And they used to come to us and say, you do not talk about this situation on air. You do not talk about this situation off air outside of these walls. You do not go on social media and post anything about it, even if it was a rumor and it was false. If anyone comments on our socials, on Facebook, Twitter, delete it. That's how it worked when we did this stuff. And that's how it probably is in the WWE, a multi-billion-dollar industry. Also, going back to this tweet, everyone's distracted. We know the lawsuit's there. We as wrestling fans know it's there and that it's happening. What do you want us to do? Like, I don't know. I got a kick out of this tweet. I replied to it. You could check it out. It's over on my Twitter. Again, shameless little plug here, Andrew RFC89, link in the description down below. But basically, I just kind of went at it and I said, no one's being distracted from it. It's everywhere. It's all over the news. Every time you open Twitter and everything else, they are talking about it. They are talking about this situation as they should. We have to have it out there publicly and it has to be dealt with. But you can't expect WWE, Triple H, anyone else to be coming out and just openly talking about it. They can't do that. They can't come out. They are being advised by people. So I don't understand what you really wanted. And then when they're like, oh, and they're going to say they listened to the fans and gave the fans what they wanted. I mean, they kind of did. They did this 10 years ago at WrestleMania 30. For those of you who don't remember, everyone pushed for Daniel Bryan. It took a little bit longer, but we got it done. And it happened. If this is them listening to the fans by giving us the whole Cody thing and everything else, we should be happy that they listened. And I don't think they're using Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns as a distraction to a huge federal case. I believe it's federal. But it's just asinine to me that these people are like this. And of course, I had to go to this person's Twitter page and I had to see, is this normal for their tweets? And sure as hell, every single tweet is good job AEW, good job Adam Page, good job Swerve Strickland. It is all just AEW glut 3000 over there. And I have no problem if you prefer one brand to the other, but don't be posting dumb shit like this. And the reason I say that is because it takes away from the victims, it takes away from the people who are suffering. When you make it about tribalism, it is just dumb. Please don't be this person. There was another tweet that came out as well from another reporter. I'm not going to put his name again. I don't want to give him the attention that he doesn't deserve. But this reporter, he's a writer. He loves AEW as well. He has a lot of anti-WWE tweets. And he put up this tweet. He said, WWE somehow took Rock and Roman, arguably the biggest potential match they could book in years, and turned it into something that the crowd boos and doesn't want to see. They took the biggest star in wrestling and made him seem as like a wet blanket. It's definitely fascinating TV. If you go to this guy's feed, when AEW's on, he turns on the Glut 3000 as well. And when WWE's on, he probably tweets more than when AEW's on, and he is just finding every excuse. I had to, of course, respond to this because it pissed me off, and it's why I came back here to YouTube, because I felt like I had to vent, and I had to find an audience for people to see this as well. First of all, I hate this guy. Again, I'm not going to say who he is. He doesn't deserve the attention, even though I got a small audience. Does not deserve that attention. I said, or you just call it what it is. They have a guy who is super over and he's loved, and in storyline, he gets to call the shot. He won the Royal Rumble. Why are we just like, oh, they're ruining it? We don't know where the story's going. There has been like no leaks about what is happening with Cody, Roman, and Rock. Let us go along for the ride. That's the thing with wrestling right now, is there's so many leaks and people got to be the first to report it and talk about it. They've done a pretty good job keeping this whole Roman, Rock, and Cody thing under wraps, that it has been a ton of fun. And I have loved watching wrestling again. This is what I mean about it being in the boom period that it is. It's all being so well done. And again, these are just a small few examples. There are some AEW fans out there who prefer AEW to WWE who are really good. They're really good people. They call it as it is. When something's good, something's bad, and that's fine. And I've admitted I do prefer WWE to AEW, but I'm not going to sit here and just say AEW sucks. There are aspects of AEW that I really like, wrestlers that I really like, things that they do that I really like, and there are some things that I can't stand. And, you know, I talk about both of those, and I'm going to do the same with WWE. I'm going to talk about the things I like and the things I dislike, and it's all going to be happening on this channel. Now, again, to summarize this all at the end, in my opinion, nobody talks about and gets WWE trending more than AEW fans. There are aspects of AEW that I like, I dislike, and everything else. But again, we will revisit these topics all on a different day and a different time with a little bit more, because obviously I want to cover a lot of what is happening in wrestling. And, you know, you could go back to this channel, you could see I have done a lot of wrestling content in the past with the WWE 2K23 game. Maybe I'll explore that again with 2K24, but for now, I think I'm just going to talk, and I'm going to sit here, and we're going to discuss wrestling, and I want to do it with you guys, the fans of wrestling as well. So let me know down in the comments, what are your thoughts? Do you see these parallels? Maybe if you like AEW more, do you notice WWE fans maybe talk a little bit about AEW more than you notice AEW fans do? I'm curious to know. Let me know in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe and follow along for the next video coming soon. It's been your boy, Andrew RFC. Take it easy, take care, and we'll talk again next time.